morning, bro.
Good,
How are
mor-
you?
Good morning. Good morning. I'm well. How about yourself?
Dude, I'm sipping on coffee, scrolling through Twitter, just reading some stuff. I'm feeling good.
Well, I'm sipping
I'm
on
feeling good.
coffee, emailing my university dissertation chair so I can re-enroll for dissertation so I can finally finish this PhD and be done with school forever.
Oh my goodness, dude. That's gotta feel so good to accomplish something like that, bro. Oh my
I
gosh.
mean, the school part is the easy part. I have a 4.0 in all my doctoral courses. It's just that dissertation. Like we had life events, I had a daughter, I lost a family member, then we had COVID, then I had another daughter, and then building up responsibilities at work plus a side business. So, it's just been one of those things.
Yeah, yeah, bro. I don't have I don't have too much going on right now in life, but with kids, it makes it a little bit, harder.
Oh, of course, of course.
Kids wants your attention all the time, and just seeing them all happy and stuff. You just want to be there for them all the time.
Yeah, definitely, definitely for sure.
But yeah, man, let's just hang out here for a second until we get a few more people that want to jump in.
I'm definitely about it.
So I guess we can actually just tell people right now what this is all about. So this is an initiative that Son of Adam and I started. It's going to be basically interviews, but done on community members. So we're not going to focus on devs or idols, we're just going to focus on the community because a lot of us here in the community contribute in a good way. Son of Adam. And there's another one that I want to bring on eventually, Cyborg. I was
Yeah,
just reading his thread on DYDX and I was like, man, this guy or girl, I don't know if it's a girl or a guy, but he just puts in so much time into making some sick threads for people here in the community. Yeah,
yeah,
if you guys
definitely.
don't know him, yeah, check him out. There's a lot of people, bro. There's a ton of people, and we just want to, just shine that spotlight on them so that people, yeah, they get to know them.
Yeah,
It
that's
was a
one of the
great
things
idea,
here.
man.
Yeah, because I feel like sometimes the little people, quote unquote, as I will call us, is we're out there, we're doing some things, and we might not get as much attention as the devs, or we might not have the luxury of time or just the know how at the moment to be leading or designing projects. And so I know that each of us have some skills and we have some talents and we have some things that really make us, unique, and we're able to contribute to the overall cosmos in a way, whether that be through, building, a community, whether that's through able to synthesize a lot of information into a easily readable thread. There's so many different skills out there. And so we really wanted to be able to highlight each and every one of our community members, right? Some of the people who are really out there making waves that might not, have their name on a project.
Exactly, bro. Exactly. That's why we started this. Hey, Son of Adam, is that what you go by normally, or do you go by something else?
Son of Adam, Legendarius. I honestly,
Legendarius.
yeah, honestly, got into crypto in the end of November or late December 2021. I heard about it, was late to it, and so Son of Adam, I really fell in love with the Cosmos ecosystem. Actually, Secret is what brought me over. I stumbled upon Secret. I was looking at other stuff. I won't get into the other chains that I was looking into, but as soon as I found, Secret, and that really led me to the Cosmos, I really instantly fell in love. And so I was going to make a Twitter just for, all things crypto and the Cosmos. And, I was trying to come up with a name, and, Son of Adam, just came to me. And Legendarius has been something that I used back in the day, from all the way from like WoW days, back when I was a healer and WoW, the MMO. So that's just something I like as well, because I strive to live my life in a legendary manner, right? And so, as a simple person, as just a regular, ordinary guy, I still want my life to be legendary, and so that's why legendary is kind of stuck. So.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. So yeah, you go by either or then. It doesn't matter. I like Legendarius though. I'm not gonna lie. That sounds pretty cool.
Yeah, I'm thinking about switching it up, making Legendarius, and then Son of Adam is like my title, right? So, you know,
Hmm.
building this identity, right? That's something, Web3 is about building your identity and um, Eminem has Eminem and Slim Shady, so it works out. So I got Son of Adam and Legendarius. So we'll see who takes the main stage.
I get it, and it's kind of cool that we all have this kind of like identity here in this ecosystem, right? Like Cosmo Clay and Tricky, Rusty. That's not even his real name, like Rusty. Oh, it's just cool that we can all just be who we want to be here, in this space.
Yeah,
It's,
of course,
it's
my
pretty neat.
my boy JPEG, right? JPEG Junkie. That's definitely not his name. And we got Trendy as well. And so it's just really looking about how, crypto in general, but especially with the Cosmos, with all the different chains, it really allows you to I say develop more of who you are, right? It allows you to explore the Cosmos and find out what you really enjoy, what aspects of it, what types of projects, and then you get to create a persona around that. And then the beautiful part is with NFTs and the rise of NFTs, and it's becoming more and more, mainstream. I say more and more mainstream, but it's still, we're still early. Um, but it's cool because you get to find those and gravitate towards those NFTs that really speak to you, right? Those NFTs that really show off certain aspects that you truly enjoy. So there's really something for everyone. And I think this is a unique experience for us to kind of share that with others and become a version of ourselves that we might not have been able to do with Web 2 or even in our everyday life.
Yeah, and man, I had a question for you. When did you recently like dox yourself on Twitter? Because I just pinned a picture of you here on the top. Was that the first time, or did you already kind of dox yourself on Twitter before?
So that was made by Victoria's Secret. She has the new NFT project that's coming out, and I recently met her in the viral space, the viral Discord channel. But I really kind of doxed myself as with the Kill Where Was Here premiere. Yeah, she made a picture, and when I first started, I doxed myself. Like my first profile picture on my Son of Adam was a doxed photo of me from Christmas in my
Oh,
reindeer onesie, right? And then I kind of deleted that and was like, let's create this persona because back then, I was nobody, right? No one really cared or saw. And then as I was building and stuff like that, I kind of understood more and got into the Web3 mindset, if you will, and then started using NFTs. But then Victoria, we were just messing around, asked her if she would make a photo of me or make a quote unquote profile of me in her unique art style. And she did. And so I really enjoyed that. And she kind of docked me herself by sharing it, which is fine. Like I have no problem with it. But really, when I went to the Kill Warriors Here premiere and Kevin Smith called me on stage, that was pretty much the doxing moment. There was no coming back from there. I mean, you had Tor Bear was there, you had Guy, you had Aztec was there, Trendy, JPEG, right? All these people who I had associated with on Twitter through Discord and even on
yeah.
Telegram. And so like this is me. They see my face now. And so and this was a once in a lifetime moment. And I wasn't gonna be like, hi, my name is so and so. I was like, nah, I'm Legendariu's Son of Adam, right? This is what you know me as. It's
When
like
you
that's the
said that,
guy.
I was there. I was there. When you said that, I'm Son of Adam. I'm like, no freaking way. I follow this guy on Twitter all the time. I'm
Right.
always popping into his Twitter and seeing what he's up to. No fucking way. It's such a weird experience when you get to put the face to the voice.
Right. And one of my things was I know that was kind of the kosher way is in Web3 is to not dox yourself, right? Unless you're like unless you're on a super big project and you want to dox yourself to show that, hey, we're not going to rug you, or if you're a YouTuber, right? That makes sense, like Cryptocito, Liam, like those individuals. But for me, I do presentations. So I'm a mental health counselor. So I do presentations. I just spoke at a national conference, spoke in a room full of hundreds of people. So like my personality is made for, the big stage for being known. And so in the moment I was all like trying to integrate, or there's this oscillation between, the Web3 kind of not doxing yourself and then my natural tendency just to dox myself because like that's just who I am. And so for me, that was just that moment. It's like, all right, F it, here we are, we're here. So this is who I am.
Especially since you're really involved with the secret community, like they're all very secretive people and like serious, like, it's all about privacy with them. So, I can kind of see why you didn't really, want to completely dox yourself, but you did it anyway in a little way, I guess.
Yeah, so now
And
I feel
I,
like I'm the go between the secret network now. So you have the people who are like I can just see this room of anons, right? And then I'm like, hey, here's Legendarius. So the guys over here are talking about this. What are we saying? And so I'm like the go between. So
I want to rewind a little bit. So before you got into crypto, were you trading stocks or getting involved in something like that that kind of pulled you to crypto, or how did that happen, that transition?
there's a lot of different things. So basically, I got married in 2016. My wife and I paid for the wedding ourselves, and I realized the day after our wedding, we had $200 to our name, right? And I realized in that moment that I know nothing about personal finance. So then I went on a exploration, a self journey, and I began to read I read 57 books on the topic of personal finance, like anything you could think of. And then I was like, okay, I have an idea about this. And so, we started investing. I had to talk her into it. So my wife comes from a more traditional culture where they don't, like most people in her culture don't like naturally invest. So I was kind of the liaison here, and I had to be the one to be confident and know what I was doing because she was trusting in me. And you read the book and you see the things. I'm part of a millionaire forum where people talk about different ways. I don't know if you heard Earn, Save, Invest, but there's a forum that I got into where there's like 300 different millionaires who are at your disposal to kind of talk about either rate your idea or talk about these things. Crypto would come out. You hear about Bitcoin, all these different things, and at that mindset, I had that, of course, that normie mindset of crypto. It's that fake magic internet money, right? Stay away from it, right? All the books say stay away from it, right? um, but then, I started reading more. I read about books a week. All things personal development, diet and health, exercise, right? I really, like I said, I want to live that legendary life. And so one that I recently read was, Think Again by Adam Grant. And it talks about don't find ways to reinforce how you're right, but ask yourself, how might I be wrong? And have that challenge network of people who can challenge your beliefs. Because I don't want to believe something that's wrong. I don't want to have this false idea that I build my life around. So it was kind of through there that I started looking around. And actually, it was Mike Shinoda who got me into crypto, right? From Linkin Park. Linkin Park was one of my favorite bands growing up. And he released his NFT project, Ziggurats, right? And so knew zero about crypto. But literally, I was like, well, and each one had a unique version, a generative version of art, but also his song, right?
Hmm.
So that's what really brought me into crypto. I was like, oh, Mike Shinoda, let's do this. And so that was also when I first started using Discord, because back in the day when I was in WoW, we didn't have Discord. We had Ventrilo, right? So archaic. Think about it now. But yeah, so I minted my Ziggurat. There was 5,000, and it turns out there were over 2 million people who tried to mint that day. So the website was broken. It was jacked. You would hit the mint button. First, I had to figure out how to get the currency. It was in Tezos, right? So my first crypto experience was with Tezos. Got that. Had to Google, right? Had to Google, all right, I know nothing. What's this wallet they speak of? What is this number? How do I transfer fiat into, right? It was a whole process, but I learned it and I was able to mint my first NFT, right? As Ziggurat, right? So I got one of the 5,000 and I got one that was in the top 10% rarity. And so
Oh, wow.
that was my jump in crypto right there. And it was all thanks to Mike Shinoda.
And it was also thanks to NFTs, huh?
Yeah,
Wow.
definitely. Like I only got the Tezos, only got the crypto to get the NFT.
Interesting. When I got into crypto, I bought Bitcoin. There wasn't really
Mm.
such thing as like an NFT hype back then. So, wow, wow. I wonder how many more people now, dude, that are in crypto got in just because of NFTs. I wonder if that's actually growing in that side.
Mm. I would think so. And the kind
Yeah.
of the researcher in me would love to do a study on that sometime. But yeah, definitely because there's something that just speaks to with the NFTs because I've heard it said that NFTs are kind of like the country club pass, right? It's not the art itself. Yeah, the art is awesome, right? But it's really the community behind the art. And so it's kind of like if the art goes to zero, right? You still have the people, right? So I still have Trendy, I still have JPEG, I still have Black Razor, I still have all these people, P Jackson who got the rank one Council of Guild NFTs. I'm still trying to buy from, but he wants like 100,000 for it. So that's a little out of my price range. but really
Holy,
just these people who, live all across the world who I would have no interaction with otherwise. NFTs has made us into a community.
like you said, who cares if the the price of the NFT goes to zero? I mean, it's all about the damn community. Every like project that's well established, they have a big community, and you start making friends and creating relationships. So, yeah, I see what you mean there, man. But yeah, so we kind of talked about how you got into crypto, right? You kind
Right.
of took people like, back in the past. So now, what are you doing now in the community that's, taking time from your plate, and what are you doing to contribute and bring value to the community? What do you enjoy doing in
Ah,
the community?
I love that. So basically, I believe everyone should do this, but it's to go through the core four values. So I did the work through it. And basically, my number one value is radical generosity. So for me, I love giving away. So Jim Quick in his book Limitless talks about learning. So it's learn to earn so we can return. Right. And so that's really where I feel most like myself. That's where I get most excited. I'm most exhilarated. I'm on fire is when I'm giving back to people. When something that, you know, doesn't mean much to me, right, really means the world to someone else, right? Just being that difference. Like I love that. So right now, it's really just building different communities, um, listening, being a part of the Anon. I won the Anon chat from the Anon well. Right now, I'm saving up for an Anon, and all these different aspects. And it's really just connecting with people, building that community. But also, I have a lot of value to add. So one of them is mental health tips. So really looking at kind of the pros and the cons of so much technology in the digital world. Sometimes we can lose ourselves. Sometimes we can, become our Web3 selves and kind of forget about the real life version of us. And so, the movie Surrogates with Bruce Willis, that's kind of, or even Ready Player One, right? So life is beautiful. They say, I have a trademark. So you always hear, go outside and touch some grass. So I say, touch the grass, tap some ass, right? So so be real, and that's a Son of Adam Legendariu's trademark. So don't steal it. But so just give me credit when you use it. But it's
I
really
will.
about
I'll give you credit, bro, for sure. Touch grass, slap ass. Is that or touch
no,
grass and get some
touch
ass?
the grass, tap the ass, right?
Tap the ass.
There you go, there you go. But it's about having this duality, right? So having the real world, right, where you're out there, you're building and you're doing out there, but also that connection to people around the world that you're doing through Web3 and stuff. So building community, doing giveaways, supporting different community members as they're launching their projects, helping to get more awareness out of there. I actually have an idea for a NFT collection focused around mental health that I want to do, and also a Twitter space around mental health and personal development. Because I believe that there's 2 points that everybody needs some sort of coaching or needs some sort of ability to chase the chaos or tame the chaos. We typically get comfortable in our lives and we don't do anything else. And so there's a lot of chaos around us, but we stay comfortable in our order. So we're not growing, we're not expanding, we're not developing new skills. And so, you know, like I said, how crazy would it be from, going into November of last year, kind of learning about NFTs and stuff like that, but knowing nothing about crypto to, having an idea to launch a mental health NFT project,
Wow.
right? I
Wow.
so I have to, I have the idea. I'm an ideas guy, and we talk about the different types of genius. And so Blaze genius is the one who loves people, but there's also the one that really likes ideas, big picture. So now I need to find a developer and everything, but I want it to be art based, community based, but also have real world um, utility, right? So I want it to be anyone who holds this NFT to get reduced services on mental health services for certain partnered mental health providers. I want it to be anytime I give a talk or anytime I do a research project, they would have access to that talk or that webinar or whatever, basically by holding this NFT. And just other things like that, like getting certain discounts on wellness routines, such as getting massages or doing the sauna or gym memberships or things like this that really build towards the mental health. So it's a huge, lofty, crazy goal. And somehow Legendary is going to find a way with the community, because it's not about what I know, but it's about how I leverage what I know with what the community knows. So we can build this project that can really center and bring a focus on mental health, especially to the Web3 world and to crypto in general.
Wow, wow, bro. Like, I think we talk about like how important mental health is all the time, in our community, but I don't ever see people going out of their way to start up spaces, to just, inform people of how to take care of their mental health. So if you're thinking about, doing a project that involves that, I support you 100%. It's definitely needed. It's even right now that, things are more calm, but we are in a bear market. There's some people that are going through some shit, bro, because they got in at the top. They don't know what the hell they're doing. They FOMO'd in at the top, and they need that kind of support. So, and even when stuff is going up and it's going crazy, people spend way, way too much time on crypto and forget what it is to be, you know, outside in the real world, touching grass and slapping ass.
There we go. There we go. Yeah. But what I found that really helped me utilize all this together. So crypto in and of itself is a tool, right? It should be an expansion of ourselves, not who we are. So I did all this crazy work, personal development work, and if anyone's interested in it, I would like to bring it to the crypto world as well, and help you guys do that. But my life's mission. So there's a philosopher, right? And basically, I'm not going to get too much into it, but there's a philosopher who basically thought that fire was the primary element. So there's this whole battle about, was it fire, was it water, was it earth? Anyway, so it was fire to him, and he believed that God was fire, an eternal fire, and that each of us living, we have a soul that was made of fire. So my life's mission, right, my North Star, the thing that unifies my life is I want to encourage, inspire, and instruct others so that the dormant or dying embers within their souls, right, gets reignited. So we have that little dying fire turn into or transform into a conflagration, this big, overwhelming fire that allows them to take their internal masterpiece and externalize it for the world. Because I believe that everybody has a masterpiece. I believe that everybody has something to contribute to the world, and that there's this collective human consciousness. So there's certain art pieces that need to be created. There's certain stories that need to be told. There's certain things, communities that need to be created. And there's a lot of people who have those within them, but they don't have the mindset, the motivation, or the methods to do it. So my job or my goal is to help people do that. So it's not necessarily what I do myself, but what I can help people achieve in their lives, and so that they can go out. It's the ripple effect. And that
Mm.
all has been what I also like to use with crypto. So crypto has been a means to do that. Crypto has been an avenue from which I can take that idea and utilize it in a way. And of course, I'm still learning, I'm still adapting. I don't know nearly enough about crypto. I know some of the basics here and there, but then you start talking about, ZK rollup and all that. And I'm like, hold on, hold on. I'm just getting, I'm just getting started here. And so I got the premise of layer zero and all of that, and the difference between having native privacy and secret and not like on Stargaze. So like I'm learning those basic things and reiterating them, but sometimes I have to go out and get into the discomfort zone. Okay, ZK rollup, people are talking about that, so let's learn what that is, and so that I can acquire more knowledge, tame more chaos, so then I can be more effective in helping others.
I think me and you have a lot in common. I'm the same way. I love talking to people, and when they're going through a tough time, I always try to keep them in a positive state, positive vibe. Like it's all about your mindset, you
Mm-hmm.
know. If you want to be down, if you want to be sad, you're gonna be sad. You're gonna feel sad for a long time. It's all about your mindset. If you start changing, if you start focusing on something, on a goal, and just being positive, it almost attracts that to your life. You start seeing things happen that are positive and that, you feel like you can do it, and you go and start doing those things. It's hard for me to explain it, but I do like to bring the best in people, and it just feels so rewarding when you see somebody that's going through a tough time, but you start coaching them to get better and better, and then you see that transition from when they started to the end. It's very rewarding. I love helping people out like that.
Yeah, and that's kind of the the secret, right? We always talk about happiness. So they always say that, I always say that happiness is like an orgasm, right? You can't chase it, right? Um, you really want happiness should be the byproduct of living your life and really being connected to others, right? We're our most happy, genuinely happy selves when we're connected to others. We're adding value to others. We're a part of a system, a team, a culture. But that's one of the dangers with crypto is it's very isolating at times. So it's something that we do by ourselves, and we may have that community, or we may dabble in different communities. But it's really important that we have that real face-to-face human interaction, due to how we have the oxytocin release. So oxytocin, known as the cuddle hormone or the commitment hormone, right? That's when you hang out with your friends. That's when you hold hands with your partner, make out, those kind of things. It's really, we need those things, right? And we get that the higher doses of it in face-to-face conversation. Then we get it less in video chat, but it's still better than what we get with just the voice on the phone, or even worse, just through text, right? So text is very isolated. So we have more superficial connections, but less genuine, true, deep, meaningful connections. And so we're more connected than ever, but we're feeling more lonely and more isolated than ever. Crypto is a place that it could be very dangerous to be lonely, because then, you make a trade on an impulse or something like that, you get wrecked, right? We just had the Luna collapse, which it's still crazy to just be able to see that. But people feel alone, and then that can exacerbate any issues that they're experiencing, and that can lead to severe mental health struggles. You have the feeling of being alone, and loneliness is the number one negative affect on our life that we can have. So most people think it's smoking, it's drinking, it's not exercising. No, it's actually loneliness. Loneliness kills us faster than either of those things. So it's really important for us to be connected. So I think that on the one hand, we want to have more genuine connections, more deep and face-to-face connections. But if we're not able to have that, or we don't have that necessarily in our lives, right? Crypto can be that space, the community around it, where we build each other up. Can definitely kind of buffer that and to help with resiliency when it comes to people, right? We're never more happy than when we're contributing and adding to others.
Right. Right. Yeah. And that's why like these Twitter spaces, I think that's why people enjoy them, because like crypto used to just be before Twitter spaces, people would just be on Telegram, Discord, or Twitter, just tweeting up, Storm and stuff. And now these spaces allow people to join conversations and, even add to the conversation in a way. So I do see what you mean there. It just builds a connection.
Yeah.
Yeah. And just think about it. Think about it like there's a lot of lonely people out there in the world. So when they're just tuning in to listen to real people that are in the same space as they are, they just feel like they're a part of something.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. Are you open to take any questions from the audience, Legendarius?
I am always open. Like I said, I love talking, so that's a blessing, and a blessing for me, a curse for most people. But
Yeah. 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 So I'll open the floor if anybody wants to ask him a question, or just, wants to talk about, the subjects that we were just talking about earlier. You can request to speak. More than welcome to. I see Eric's down there, Rusty, a few people, Stargaze Chad. So yeah, man, I noticed on your Twitter that you're constantly doing cool giveaways and giving back to people. How does it feel when somebody wins a giveaway? How do you feel about that?
it's I kind of feel like Oprah, if I'm honest, right? Sometimes, I think it's like I'll give away some NFTs. Honestly, I've just been thinking about consolidating and stuff, and not being so spread, because when you first get into something, you get super excited and you buy all the things,
Yeah.
right? And so then I'm like, I really want to focus, right? I really want to have more depth and breadth at this time. So then, giving away some stuff that maybe they're not in alignment with what I'm looking for in NFT projects or something right now. Doesn't mean I won't still be a part of the community and stuff. I just want to give other people, a seat at the table, because I also realize that not everybody has, the setup I do with the disposable income. And so then, certain things, sometimes you get people who can't afford to mint an NFT, and so they win that, and
Yeah.
just the thanks that you get in the messages, right? They're like, I've been following this project for a while. I missed mint because I had to pay rent, I had to do these things, and
Mhm.
things that I take for granted. Not necessarily take for granted. I do give gratitude and thanks to them, but it just really hits home how fortunate that I am, and so there's fortune. Being fortunate or having a fortune is empty if you have no one to share it with, right?
Right.
So I'm blessed to do that. So if an NFT that I have a couple of, or that I minted or anything, like it's not that big a deal to me, but it's to someone else, that's maybe the only way they get an NFT right now. Maybe they're going through a lot of things and they don't have the income for that, right? To me, that's just everything, giving them the seat at the table, right? Because it's not about being at the table and then being the haves versus the have nots. It's you being the have so that you can help others become the haves as well. So you can bring up people with you. And so just giving that an opportunity, and then, always like it for people to pay it forward somehow. So then one day I had one giveaway winner just say that, what, I feel so lucky to be here and everything. I want to be like you one day, right? I want to
Oh,
have it so that I can start giving the giveaways. And I want to tag you in there, and just that feeling, right? I'm just like, to me, like I'm a nobody, right? I see all the bigger people and things like that. I see Stargaze Chad out there. I'm like, oh, Stargaze. Look at that new the new setup he's got. That's sweet, right? The new computer, the gaming computer, and just the stuff going on. The mouses and just the setup that he has. I'm just like, wow, that is great. And as a father of two under three, that is not happening anytime soon. So
right.
um,
Right.
just being able to look at that, or people who are really moving and shaking. And so it's crazy in my mind. I'm just this regular dude, but to other people, like I'm cryptocito to them, right? I'm this well-known person. And so it's cool how, all of this is relative, right? So I guess it's just being the best human being that you can be. And, I just love the giveaways and just how thankful people are. And, that connects me, right? That allows me to have that ripple effect. And hopefully that good outcome that I've given, or like the good externally, right, will then get rippled, and they will give good. And then there'll be a chain of this good and this positivity that's going on during this bear market, during this time when we're having such a difficult time. So many of us, right? We all have battles that people don't see. So if I can just ease some of that pain or that tension, even momentarily, I do it every time.
And legendaries, I bring that up, and that was a really good explanation. Just because some people they have a different view on like the giveaways. They just think it's people like just shilling and shit. And you know what? For me, it's not shilling. It's more like you said, just rewarding. It feels very rewarding when you're doing it. And that person that's winning, they might have never ever, been able to afford an NFT or even like a token of whatever. So when they win that NFT or token, and they just feel so like, wow, I'm part of something. It might be their first time getting into crypto. That first giveaway you did might have been their first time getting into crypto, and from there they start learning more about it. So that's why I bring that up. That was such a great explanation, bro.
And that actually happened to me when I first got into there. I won a few giveaways. Like it was crazy. Back to back, I won like 3 or 4 giveaways. I was like, wow, this is dope, right? Had no crypto, then I had some. And then it's really like this chain, right? So, the people who are winning the giveaways today become the one doing the giveaways tomorrow.
Mhm.
And I always say that there are certain projects that I don't chill, but like I believe in, right? And if they go to zero, they go to zero. Like that's what I say about crypto, right? I don't put everything into crypto, right? I still have other investments. I'm looking to get into real estate. My best friend has like 4 properties, and really having that out there. But I have this mindset going in that anything I put into crypto, like there's an expectation that it could all go to zero, right? I hope it doesn't, but it could. And so when that happens, like when it comes to certain projects, I love LegendDAO. That's one of my go-tos, and I love the anons and things like that. Of course, Redacted Club and Viral, right? Those are my kind of my core at the moment. Those are the ones, and I'll tell you, like, I'm not going to tell you. I'm not going to say, hey, you should buy this. I'm going to say, this is what I'm doing. Like, I'm buying a 10th one of these, right? I'm just letting you know, right?
Mhm.
Putting my money where my mouth is. I'm never going to tell you to buy something, especially if I would never buy it. Like, if I don't have one, I'm not going to tell you to buy it. But I do like giving things out for free. Like, if you want to whitelist, you're interested in this, boom, here you go. Here's your opportunity, right? You want to win this NFT? Boom, here's your opportunity. And so, I like to partner and get the awareness out there. But, we can't divert our thinking, our critical thinking to the computer, to the internet, to others. We have to develop that skill ourselves. And that's something that Jim Quick does talk about in his book, is that we have the digital deluge. There's so much information out there that it's easy to drown in it. And there's so many distractions out there. And there's just this divergence, right? So I'm not thinking for myself. I'm not Einstein watching trains go by, developing my theory of relativity. I'm like, I wonder what this is. Let me Google it. Let me find out what other people have written on it in this thing. And so a lot of times we are lacking that critical thinking component. And so instead it's like, hey, you made me buy this thing. I didn't make you buy anything, right? No one has ever told me that. But I see that a lot, is that, hey, someone so told me to buy this, I bought it and it went to zero, right? I hate you, rar, right? Well, that is unfortunate, but like I didn't, like that person didn't take your hand and make you do that. What happened was you delegated your thought to them and allowed them to make that decision, right? You gave up your right to say anything. And so my thing here is we want to take that stance of, how might I be wrong rather than how might I be right, right? And so it's really a humbling experience. But like I said, I'm giving away to the community, right? I'm doing what I can. There are some people who do a lot more. There's some people who do, a lot less. And so, I mean, if you have a problem with it, you don't have to join, right? You can just you can just
Right.
skip it, right? And so, but for those of you who do join and do win, and I hope at least I add some positive value to your life, whether it's $1, whether it's a penny, right? Whether it's $100, right? I think so far I've given away over a couple $1,000 to the community. Um,
Holy.
yeah, and so it is what it is, right? So we bought in crypto DV. I bought 16 viral stock lottos, and I gave most of them away. I think I have like 3 left. DV gave me 10 for the giveaway. I did a few, and then I gave 6 away beforehand. And if I didn't love my Council of Guilds so much, I'd probably give them away too. But I
You're
those
holding
are
those tight.
you know I got a hold into something. I did a trade for some Council Guilds with the Stargate Citizen, right? It was number 37. Basically, I almost gave it away. The person was super excited about it because they really cared about it. And for me, I was just getting more Council Guilds. So I got to add value to that person, and I got to get an NFT that they really cared about. And I got 2 NFTs that I'm already in the community and I really care about, and I want to become a whale. So, everyone dreams of being a whale. So maybe not Moby Dick level, but maybe like, like a little whale shark, But yeah, it's just that process. And so, but yeah, we gave out all those. And then I was able to trade some viral shoes for a very rare Council Guild. And so that's really cool about the NFTs, right? Like it's like bartering almost. It's like, well, I don't have any crypto, but I'll trade you all of these for that anon, right? And it's just really cool. Some people are like, yeah, let's do it. And so, there's just so much going on, so much value to be found here in the community. And I just hope that I am a positive force in the community. That's all I want to be, right? Whether I get any bigger than I am now or not, I just want to help out.
Absolutely, bro. Absolutely. Helping out. It's just so rewarding. So rewarding, man. And let's talk a little bit outside of crypto since we got a little bit of time left. What are your hobbies? What do you enjoy doing outside of crypto?
Well, I actually have this hobby that's mingling with crypto. So Lex from Strange Clan, we have a chess match, best of 3 on coming this Monday, and if I win, I get a 2 Strange Clan a whitelist for Town 2. So there's that. And if I lose, he gets to decide my banner and my profile pic for a month.
Oh,
So there's that. So I've been playing chess since I've been in 4th grade. One of my universal goals is to become a grandmaster at chess. Love the game, love the strategy. I've done martial arts since I was 3. So from 3 to various years in my life. So 18 years. I have 4 different black belts in 4 different styles, 2 world championships, several state district championships. So I really enjoy the physical aspect of that to kind of counter the mental aspect of chess. Like I said, I love reading and learning personal development. So I read 3 books a week. I enjoy, of course, building crypto communities. I'm a mental health counselor, so I love helping people on their personal journey to joy, helping them to overcome their automatic negative thoughts, helping them to reestablish new, new positively oriented mindsets that help them to achieve. And then I also help on the side build personal brands, community brands, and basically for people who may not be struggling with mental health or anything, but are feeling stuck in life, helping them get from where they are to a state that's closer to their end goal. Um, Also, being a father of two daughters, I love playing with my kids, just watching my oldest, who's 2.5, explore and learn and speak to me both in English and Spanish. And my Spanish is terrible. So now I have to learn Spanish so I can understand my child. Um, I've seen all the Disney movies now in Spanish. So that's a first. Love that. Love working out, doing Spartan races. I did my first half marathon last year in a Spartan trifecta. So this year I want to do a Spartan trifecta weekend where you do all three of the main races in one weekend without rest. So you do basically a half marathon, a 10K and a 5K with 30, 25, and 20 obstacles respectively. Then eventually do an ultra, which is 33 miles and 60 obstacles. And then I want to do a half marathon as well. So I like to balance all four of what Robin Sharma calls the internal empires. So it's going to be your heart set, your mindset, your soul set, and your health set. Make sure I'm working on my body, I'm eating right, make sure I'm reading, making my mind expand and to be able to incorporate new information, finding a way to be connected to all of humanity. So through my giveaways, I love that, just that connection. And then, yeah, ultimately emotions, making sure that, as a mental health counselor, I'm not holding on to any grudges, that I'm able to learn and teach forgiveness to others.
Oh my God, Legendarius. Like, I absolutely am enjoying these Twitter spaces, this cosmic community Twitter space, because would have never thought you were that busy outside of crypto. That's insane, man. How do you manage your time? How do you manage all the time, bro? That oh my gosh.
Yeah, and I think we talked about this a little bit earlier, but I'm also finishing up a PhD in counselor education and supervision.
Yeah.
So I completed all the coursework, but that dissertation is still, something that I'm working on getting done. Um, yeah, so that's fun. Looking at the lived experiences of millennials with student loan debt. That's what my study's on. Um, Basically, you have to. I realize that I don't get to do everything I want to do. So I work out hardcore Monday, Wednesday, Friday. That's literally my deal with my best friend. So then after that, we drink coffee. We used to go in different areas around our city and have like some of the best craft coffee. We play chess and we talk about business. We talk about what are we doing in our lives to better ourselves and to better those around us. He also, I got ordained as a minister just so I could do his wedding. And so I can now do weddings if anyone needs to get married. I don't know how that
No
works.
shit.
I don't know how that works through the internet, but I'm sure there's some caveats. Doing presentations, building companies, all these things are really you build a morning routine, right? You build a routine so that it comes to the state of automaticity. So it's the meditation, it's the journaling, it's the battling with your previous self. Um, and with the understanding, giving yourself that grace to know that, hey, I'm not going to get everything done that I want to do. There's some things that are going to fall by the wayside. So it's really a priority list. And I'm a huge procrastinator, and it sucks because I procrastinate my life and it has worked because there's something about that adrenaline about, hey, I have an hour left. I do my best work, always get it done. Because there's always that lie that or your professors or whatever would be like, yeah, when you procrastinate, your papers suck. Like this is going to happen. But to me, it has always been the opposite. And because it's not broke, I have never fixed it. And so it's really terrible. So now I have learned and developed skills to overcome procrastination. And it has helped me as a type B person get things done like a type A person. And so looking back, sometimes I'm like, wow, I really do a lot of things. But in my daily life, when I'm doing it, I'm just an average person doing things. There's a book called Endure by Cameron Haynes that I just read. And this dude literally runs like a marathon every morning. He wakes up at 3, runs a marathon, like anywhere from 20 to 26 miles when he goes during hunting season, because he's a bow hunter. And To me, that's crazy. But his whole thing is like, I'm an average dude in school. He got C's. He doesn't have any like special talent. Like he's not really talented when it comes to shooting. He's just consistent, and that's literally the secret to most world changers is they're consistent. So most people on January 1st are like, "Oh, I'm going to the gym," and they'll be there for a week or two, and then they'll fall off. But you have that one
Hmm.
guy who's just consistently there every day, putting in the hours, putting in the work, and you're like, "Man, you're so lucky to have that." Right? Really? It's not lucky. So there's this beautiful thing called entitlement, but there's two types. There's this empty entitlement, which is more prevalent we see around here. Hey, you're lucky you have this, not seeing the process behind it. We only see the event, right? Oh, you're so lucky you have millions of dollars. Really? Is it luck or is it because busted my butt and invested did this? Or you're so lucky that you have a Lamborghini or whatever people are seeing outwardly. They don't see the sacrifices you make, right? So there's the empty entitlement, and then right there's the endorsed entitlement, right? Or the earned entitlement, right? If you paid the dues, you deserve a seat at the table. You're entitled to it, right? If I'm in the UFC, which is one of my goals, not to get in the UFC, but to do like an actual title fight, just because resume,
Just
um,
because.
just because, right? I feel like I'd be good at it, but I could be wrong and get my butt handed to me. That's
Plus, it
never
makes a
happened
good Twitter
before.
bio. It makes a good
It
Twitter
surely
bio too.
does. It surely does. But yeah. So, but if I beat everybody in my division multiple times and I'm undefeated, then I'm entitled to that title shot, right? I'm the number one contender. I have paid the dues of blood, sweat, and tears. I've put in the time. I'm consistent, right? I've done the things. Then that's when I've earned it. So that's the difference between the different types of entitlement, right? That earned entitlement. But yeah. So how do I do it? I just do it. Honestly, that's the secret. Um, just do it. There are certain things that I could tell you, like how, like you make a schedule, you do a time audit, and you give each hour of your day a job, right? Then it becomes a lot easier. But it's really you grow to expand to be able to take care of what you need to. So when I had one child, that was difficult. But now that I have two children, one child is easy. I'm like, how did I ever think this was hard? Give me one child all day, and I will take care of this child easy, right? And then when I decide to have a third one, two children will be easy in hindsight. So really, the more you challenge yourself, you find out you're able to take or to do a lot more than you gave yourself credit for. Like it used to be very difficult for me to run. Like I never ran ever. I started running last year, and I started running a mile a day and then 3 miles a day. And then after running 3 miles a day, a mile was easy. And then when I ran a half marathon, right, running a few miles was easy. And so all these things seem crazy at first, but when you're consistent and you have like it stepped up into a scaffolding level, right, you'd be surprised. You look like, hey, I just ran 100-mile ultra marathon, and I look back and a half marathon is easy, right, by comparison. So really, it's that consistency and just that drive not to give up.
And yeah, so what I took from all this is just making sure you have a routine and that you take a step forward in that direction, and then everything else just becomes easier and easier
Mm-hmm.
as you keep stepping towards it.
Right? As long as you have those challenges,
Yeah,
man, you just
yeah,
grow.
yeah, yeah. I got Sachi with his hand up. Let's see what Sachi has to say. Go ahead, Sachi.
Yeah, what's up, guys? Like I talked to Legendarius, and like he's a super cool dude. Just chatting with him, like he's one of my best people I met here so far. Like he's just chatting with him, like talking about life and stuff and family. I thought it was really cool that we could connect in that way. But I think like it's interesting like how much we have in common and we don't even really know. But like you're talking about the runner and stuff, and you kind of remind me of this guy, David Goggins. Like,
Oh, yeah, David Goggins, my
and
man.
like I just wanted to like read his rules, and I think like everyone here would like agree. Like one rule is reprogram your mind. The next one, turn darkness into power. The next, visual the end result. The next, build mental toughness, and then take accountability. And like the most important one, be present. Stay hard. Fix yourself first. Control your mind and commit fully. And like I feel like if you follow those rules in crypto, you cannot lose. Like you'll find everything you're searching for. It's just like people, people got wrecked and stuff recently, but you don't really lose unless you quit because you can make all that back in no time.
Yeah, I'm so glad you said that because I actually found David Goggins before Cameron Haynes, and so yeah, so that was my mindset when I ran that half marathon on Halloween last year. I literally the furthest I had run before that was like a couple times, and that was like 6 miles. And so my best friend was like, "Hey, you want to run the marathon, the half marathon that's coming up?" And I was like, "Yeah, when is it? Next week?" And I was like, "Sure, let's do it." Right? I had the David Goggins mindset. I was literally like, "F it, let's go." So I was on there. I was running. I was dying. My knee, like when I got to like mile 10, my knee started like acting up. My eye band was tight. And I was all like, what does David Goggins say? When you think about giving up, you have that governor on your brain, right? When you think that you're at the end, man, you've only gone 40%, right? You still got 60% left, right? Push it out. Let's go. And just to see that mindset out there. And then when I was running Spartan races, one of his terms or his concepts is taking people's souls. So it's crazy when you read about it and you conceptualize it, but then when it actually happens, it's amazing. Like on the Spartan race, I would take people's souls and that would re-energize me. That would refuel me. I'd keep going. When I was running and this person was sprinting by me and I was like dying, I was like, no, he's not about to beat me. So I'd run, my body would ache, but my mind was stronger than my body. I'd run it and I'd speed past him and you could just see the look in his eyes. His soul was gone, took that soul. So I'm so glad you brought up David Goggins because I believe everybody should read his book, Can't Hurt Me.
Thanks, Sachi.
Yeah, dude. Like, it's good to like spread these positive affirmations with people, especially when sometimes you could be down checking your investment, but it's good to keep your eye on the end goal.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So yeah, we're almost at the hour with the Twitter space. And Legendariu𝕊, thank you so much, man, for sharing. And
Appreciate you. Thank you for having me.
Are your DMs open for anyone that wants to reach out and wants to talk about mental health and stuff like that?
Oh yeah, definitely. I actually had a bunch of people reach out the Luna Rec, and so but yeah, my DMs are always open. I don't have them like because I do a lot of giveaways, so they're just open. So they'll be flagged, but I get a little blue dot, and so I go check. But yeah, my DMs are always open for anything you want to talk about. I'm a verbal processor, so talking about it is always easier for me. So if you want to get into a Discord or something where we can chat, like I can do all the talking. You don't have to dox yourself or whatever. You can type and I can chat, whatever works for you. But like I said, I'm here to pour into you guys.
Beautiful, beautiful. Yeah, these spaces, man, they're going to be very, very valuable to the community. So I'm really happy that we, started this initiative and hopefully we can interview more people. Did you already have the person that you wanted to get interviewed next, or do you still need to, take some time to think about it?
What I would like, I think taking some time to think about it and then kind of having a reveal about it. Right. So yeah, I think that'd be fun. That'd be fun.
That'll be fun.
Or, I even have an idea, right? We could kind of have the community try to guess who it is. Right? So kind of give out clues to see what we could do. But
we'll make it fun. We'll make it fun for the community.
Let's do it. I'm all about community.
Sachi, anything else that you wanted to bring up before I close up the space?
No, like this is cool. These AMAs are great, and Legendary is gonna be part of our like insider alpha group of influencers and like market makers and project creators. So like all of us can like kind of network and like pick each other's brains. Like, oh, do we like this project? Is this a rug? So I think like this is even taking it deeper, and I think it's just a great idea. And like we're growing so much every week, and let's keep it pushing. And Stars and Adam is pushing today. Let's go.
Hell yeah. A lot of positive vibes. Legendariu𝕊, final words, final thoughts.
Final words, final thoughts is LiLGainzz. I still think you should need to change that to Big Gains, but thank you for approaching me about this. It's been one of those things I've been wanting to do for a while. Be on a cosmos space and be able to talk because I feel I could always be wrong, but I always feel like I have value to add to people, and really when it comes to adding positivity or changing some mindset. So I'm glad that you were the catalyst to get this done. Because if not, I probably would have put it on the back burner for for a little while longer, at least. So
I'll be
appreciate you.
there. I'll be there to push you, man. I'll be there to push you. Be like, hey, man, hey, it's almost Thursday. We gotta prepare. We gotta get ready. So I'll
Hey,
be
that's
there.
all I
Don't
need.
worry.
That's all I need. Just give me a big push.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir. Yes, sir.
If any of you guys are free, we're gonna hop on a AMA with Stargaze in a few minutes here and just hang out for like a long time. So if you guys want to come chill with us, feel free to come do that too.
Hell yeah, man. Yeah, absolutely. This is what the community is about, bro. We're about supporting each other and growing together. So yeah, we'll be there. I mean, I'll be there. I don't know if anybody else has time.
Yeah, I'll see what I can do. I got to check my schedule if I have any clients, and I just ask that when you guys make your millions and you're big and you got that official Twitter marker, right? Just don't forget me, right? Just
Don't
remember
forget
me.
about us. All right,
Legendariu𝕊
y'all.
is gonna be like running a mile on the Twitter Spaces, huffing and puffing, like, "Oh, what's up, guys?"
All right, y'all. Well, hey, happy Thursday. Everyone enjoy the rest of your week. Thanks for stopping by. And we'll see you the next Thursday. We decide to put the space on again.
All right.
Thanks, Legendarius. Thanks, Dutch, for
Thank
coming
you.
up. Peace
Thanks,
out.
Big Gains.
Peace, guys. Have a great day, guys.